hear me, but Nick Jonas is here. Where's Nick? Oh, hey!
No, I'm right here.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah. What's up, man? How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Dude, good to see you too, man. We met like 5 years ago or 4 years, something like that. I don't even know how long ago it's been.
We've been friends for a long time.
You have. You gave a shout out to my niece on my camera.
Oh, awesome.
And she cherishes that till this day.
Wonderful.
Okay, very cool. So you're back in the tri-state area, of course, one of your homes. Of course, I know Texas, another, of course, big part of your life.
This is a big part, but New York and New Jersey was for about 10 years, so.
Yeah, the tri-state, I mean, is there any, like, must things? I know you're very busy, and there's so many things going on, and actually just doing this is like, it's crazy. But, like, you're back in the tri-state. Is there any must things you do besides visiting families, or something like you have to eat, or you have to see, or you just have to relax and do?
Not so much that I have to, but when I'm here, I do like to go to a place called John Pizza. It's right there on 44th, and it was my spot when I was doing Broadway shows back in the day, and so to come back now, a couple of years removed, and just have a good slice of pizza is always nice.
Very nice. Of course, New York pizza, you got to do it. Now, doing the solo thing, of course you've done the solo thing before. That's kind of how, things got started years and years and years ago. Of course, then your brothers got involved, obviously. But now to be, of course, older now, and to do a solo thing, of course, releasing an album on February 2nd, that's going to be huge. But actually releasing this solo as you're older, is the feeling different at all? I mean, it's not here yet, but of course we're leading up to it. Is it different?
It is much different. From the start of this process, it's definitely been different. But I think the moment for me was when I had my first bus ride alone the other night, when it was kind of the first moment where it kicked in that this is a tour where I'll be kind of on my own for the most part. And
yeah, I was gonna say actually being on the bathroom on your bus, you don't have to light a match or anything anymore. Okay.
My point was just apart from the brothers, but even then, it's like they're your brothers. It wouldn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Your brother's like, who did that? That's cool. We're brothers. It's all right.
Good. But I think that I'm having a great time, and knowing that I have their support going into it is what makes it even better.
And the song "Who I Am," you wrote the song, obviously.
I did, yes.
And so writing this song, and you wrote a lot of songs, obviously, with your brother and stuff like that. But doing this song for you, I know that we kind of hit on, doing this on your own, but writing a song on your own, knowing that this is just you, of course, and the administration, obviously, but just you doing this, is that any different for you?
It was, and it is still. I think that song speaks volumes about the project and about my journey in this project so far, and just about what it's been like, and I think it says right things, and now playing at the shows and seeing people sing along, it's definitely one of my favorite moments in the show.
And I've been to a Jonas Brothers show, which of course a lot of people watching this have, but your own show, is it hugely different than, obviously you have a band with you, the administration, but what's the feel of it when people enter into the venue and they know they're going to see Nick Jonas? What's the difference going to be if they did go to a Jonas Brothers show? I
think the main thing with this show is we really wanted to make it a music experience. And so from the vibe when you walk into the show itself, it's more intimate venue so that the focus can be on the melodies and the words and what I'm talking about in these songs. And then, also the smaller venues because we didn't know how the tickets would sell. And, I was nervous at first to see what would happen. But
you can't be nervous. Come on, man.
Hey, you can never assume anything, and I didn't with this. And to see that I have so many people come out to support me is really amazing.
That's awesome. Now, with the whole album and everything coming out, are you really, really, really nervous on how it's going to do? You just said you're nervous. I'm like, you're Nick Jonas. And I know, coming from a dude like me, it's like, I know, but you don't, I'm a regular dude. Yeah, but, I mean, are you really nervous it's going to do well? Are you excited, or are you nervous how the fans are going to take it? I mean, of course, I'm sure they've heard clips, and everybody's so anticipating this. And of course, people that love you already love you, so either way, they're going to love you. But how nervous are you for your music to really get through it and kind of cut through it to your fans?
I think that's the main thing I want to focus on is more what people receive from the music and not so much its placement or its chart position or what the expectations are, because I have none myself. It's just about me expressing myself through this music and hopefully people responding positively and realizing that this is me just kind of showing people who I am as an artist and a musician. Yeah,
just having fun, really, right?
Exactly, and I think that it's the whole process in general. And just looking forward to an experience to work with musicians who really know what they're doing and who really have a good time doing it. And so, came out with something we were proud of, which is good.
Yeah, like you and your brothers had like 2 weeks off, and then I was reading that you just like basically went to the studio and didn't come out until you had to go to the bathroom and eat some pizza at John's. So when you're actually recording stuff and you had a couple weeks off, did your brothers have anything to do with your writing process, or were you just like, okay, I'm in my bubble, this is what I have to do, or did you go to them with any advice or anything like that?
We talked, that they both went on little vacations. Joe went to Australia actually with a friend, and then Kevin was in the Bahamas with his now wife, his fiance at the time. But we were talking, and they were excited to hear it, but mostly it was a 10 to about midnight day every day, and so it was long days in the studio working hard and just trying to come out with something that we were proud of in the end.
That's awesome. Now speaking of your brother, I know I'm not going to get into details. It's a wedding, and my wedding you don't want to hear about it either because it's private. But was there a band or a DJ there?
There was a DJ, and he did an excellent job.
That's what I was going to say. That my point of this whole thing is that to be a DJ and or a band at one of the Jonas Brothers' wedding, that's a lot of pressure, man. Were you guys like, what's this person going to do?
Well, it was pretty funny talking about the music beforehand with Kevin and Danielle and talking about what songs they wanted played and what songs they didn't want played. And it was a good solid list, so we came up with a couple things. I was giving my input, like, hey, I know it's not my wedding and all, but I think that you should tell them to just listen to this record and see if so it was fun.
They play any of your music?
No, that was on the don't play list.
Yeah, because that probably
like all of a sudden a song comes on, it's like oh
yeah, hey, that's my brother at my wedding singing.
Exactly.
Very nice. So tell us about the album actually on February 2nd. Do you have any favorite songs yet? And I know, like you said, you're just wanting everybody to really accept your music and just have fun with it. But do you have a song that you really want people to listen to, other than Who I Am?
I think that there are a couple of tracks on the record that I really hope people respond to. My favorite song changes from day to day when I listen to it myself and when we play it live, but I think that Rose Garden is a song that I'm really proud of, and so far a lot of people have responded to that one positively, and it talks just about how something really beautiful and great can come out of a tough situation, something a lot of people can relate to, I think. And then a song called Olive in an Arrow, which is a song that I kind of took a metaphor and really challenged myself as far as the writing goes. And I think it's one of the songs I'm most proud of that I've ever written. So I hope people like those. And the whole record, it's funny because if I pick one song out, I'm like, man, but then you got to hear this one because it kind of sets this one up. And it's a record. That's how I look at it. And I hope people listen to the whole thing and really listen to it with open ears and open minds.
And listen from beginning to end. Come on, because there's so many albums now that are like, oh, there's 3 or 4 great singles on there. But it's not always about that. It's about, hey, this is my music. Like, it's not about here's a single. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, and it's recorded in a way that it's supposed to sound like something from the 60s or the 70s in the sense where raw rock record. And it's been good so far. I'm having a good time.
Change to the Children, of course, really heavily involved with that. Of course, developed that years ago, and there's actually a lot of branches off from that. How's that going now? Is it any different?
My focus in Change for the Children is primarily about diabetes. I'm a diabetic myself, and so focusing on that. And I actually was able to do some cool stuff at a food bank in Texas a couple weeks ago at the start of the tour, and so just trying to do what we can financially and also just meeting with diabetics and talking about what they're going through. I mean, knowing myself what it's like, just trying to be an encouragement and inspiration if I can. But we raised over $1 million last year for the foundation and kind of distributed to different charities and things like that. And it's amazing. Even if you can't see the reaction on their face when they get whatever it is you've given, it's going to a good place, and that's what matters.
And one more question. I really don't want to get into the whole thing, but a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of your fans, because I went on there saying, how many of you are Nick Jonas? And like thousands of people were like, hey, can I give a question? Can I give a question? So all these fans, of course, a lot of girls and stuff like that. But one thing I wanted to ask is they saw, I guess, pictures, your purity ring, not on your finger, but on your neck. They just want to know, is there a significance for that? That's all they wanted to know.
It's guitar. I've been playing a lot of tricky guitar.
I figured it was something easy like that.
And so it's no big thing. It's just
that's the only thing. That's like the main question.
Either. So I think it's just about the guitar.
Yeah. Jonas, thank you. I gotta say, I'm a little bit nervous standing next to Nick Jonas.
I'm nervous sitting next to you.
Oh, come on. Anyway, whatever. Thank you so much. Z100.com, Nick Jonas, and the administration.